Hello, Learn and Play friends. Today is April 22nd, 2021, and today is a very special day because it's Earth Day. So usually on Earth Day, we like to talk about our planet, what's going on with it, better ways we can take care of our planet, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to read this story because it talks about the way this little fish sees the Earth. And so the title of this book is Fish is Fish, and it was written and illustrated by Leone. So there's our title page, Fish is Fish. At the edge of the woods, there was a pond or a little pool of water. And there, a minnow, tiny little fish, and a tadpole swam among the weeds. They were inseparable friends. One morning, the tadpole discovered that during the night, he had grown 2 little legs. "Look," he said triumphantly, "look, I'm a frog." "Nonsense," said the minnow. "How could you be a frog if only last night you were a little fish, just like me?" They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, "Frogs are frogs and fish is fish, and that's that." So they had a little disagreement about whether he was a fish or a frog. But in the few weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny front legs and his tail got smaller and smaller. So he's starting to look more and more like a frog every day. You can tell his friend fish is getting confused. And then one fine day, a real frog now, he climbed out of the water and onto the grassy bank. So he's leaving the pond and his friend's watching him. His friend's trying to figure out where he's going. The minnow too had grown and had become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his 4-footed friend had gone. But days and weeks went by and the frog did not return. So here's the fish and he's just been swimming by himself. He doesn't know where his friend is. He's just waiting to see if he's going to come back. Then one day, with a happy splash that shook the weeds, the frog jumped into the pond. "Where have you been?" asked the fish excitedly. "I have been about the world, hopping here and there," said the frog. "And I have seen extraordinary things." "Like what?" asked the fish. "Birds," said the frog mysteriously. "Birds." And he told the fish about the birds, who had wings and 2 legs and many, many colors. So Frog is talking to his friend about the birds, and this is what fish thinks the bird looks like. He thinks they're basically fish with legs and wings. "What else?" asked the fish impatiently. "What else did you see in the world?" "Cows," said the frog. "Cows. They have 4 legs, horns, eat grass, and carry pink bags of milk." So there's a pink bag of milk. That's the cow's udders. So as Frog's describing the cow, this is what fish thinks the cow looks like. So he thinks it's a big fish with legs and udders eating grass, and he has little fins. "And people," said Frog. "Men, women, children." And he talked and talked until it was dark in the pond. But the picture in the fish's mind was full of lights and colors and marvelous things, and he couldn't sleep. If he could only jump about like his friend and see that wonderful world. He's imagining birds and fish people and little fish cows. And so days went by. Frog had gone and the fish just lay there dreaming about birds in flight, grazing cows, and those strange animals all dressed up that his friend called people. One day he finally decided that come what may, he too must see them. And so with a mighty whack of his tail, he jumped clear out of the water bank. I don't think fish are supposed to get outside the water or leave the water, so I wonder what's going to happen. He landed in the dry, warm grass, and there he lay, gasping for air, unable to breathe. "Help! Help!" he groaned feebly. Uh-oh. Fish need water to survive, so he's struggling on the grass. Luckily, the frog, who had been hunting butterflies nearby, came and with all his strength pushed him back into the pond. Still stunned, the fish floated about for an instant. Then he breathed deeply, letting the clean, cool water run through his gills. Now he felt weightless again. With an ever so slight motion of the tail, he could move to and fro, up and down as before. The sun rays reached down within the weeds and gently shifted patches of luminous color. This world was surely the most beautiful of all worlds, he smiled. And the frog, who sat watching him from a lily leaf, "You are right," he said. "Fish is fish." The end. I hope you guys enjoyed our story today, and hopefully on this Earth Day you have the chance to go outside, walk around, feel the air on your skin, maybe look up, see some birds in the sky, smell some flowers, and just take it all in like the fish and frog did in our story, because it really is a wonderful, beautiful world. Hope to see you guys again soon.